Hi everybody, it's Kathy here from Kathy Loves Scrap, and I'm coming to you from Down Under today with my join in on the May I Scrap Lift You Day 2 Instagram and YouTube hop. Today we are lifting Jody Compton, who is also known as Floppy Ed Farm, and I will put her links in the description box down below. This is my layout that I created from her inspiration, and as you can see, it is bright and colourful. I have pulled together a whole range of these strips that you have at the bottom of your pages, the branding strips, and I've got bits and pieces from those. I have a few little tags that I'm going to put into my layout. I have my 3 photos like hers, but of course mine are larger, but that's okay because the main concept is still there. I've gone through and collected a few items that I think will fit nicely on this layout, and I've chosen these colours. I'm using this Lucky paper from Basic Grey, a really old one, and I'm using this plaid paper in this bright colourful design. On the back I love those coffee mugs, but I'm not actually going to use them for this one. I'm just going to take out some strips and then I might use it on a different layout. So Jody has created this fun layout, and I'm going to try to copy it pretty similarly, but I do have differences. I first of all cut off the side strips of this plaid paper because on Jody she had an 8.5 by 11 layout, and it had what looks like a white border around it, but it's so I have put the plaid border down as a copy of that. I'm just going to layer up all of these strips one next to each other, and as I said, I went through the branding strips that I collect and found all the ones that fit the design and the colours, and what I'm doing now is I'm just tearing them at different intervals to give a staggered effect. Now, because my photos are so large, they do cover up a lot of that, but that's all right because I go and overlay it on top of the photos, as you'll see as the layout develops. These strips, these branding strips, are a great addition to your layouts, and that's why I always keep them, because you never know when you're going to need them. Some of these I've carried for a while, but I'm glad I've been able to use them for this layout. This is a great way of using up scraps as well. If you don't have the branding strips, you can always use just strips of paper that you have got lying around, leftovers from layouts where you've trimmed down paper and so forth. So this layout really is quite simple, but it looks really effective. These are my boys. They are 10 years apart, yet they are so similar it's not funny. And they were out at a birthday party. As you can see, my youngest one was really impressed. His older brother was following my orders and said that they had to give me photos of them wearing their sombreros, and he was not very impressed that he was being made to make the photo. So that tied nicely with the theme of what I actually end up calling the page. So as you can see, I'm manipulating those photos around so that I can still see some of those strips, and then you will see that in the end I take that one back off and I actually pop it and I lift it up off the page because I like dimension. I don't like my flat pages. I like to add a little bit of interest and a little bit of shade, so I often try to pop something on the page. Alright, having a thought about it, I see that so much of those strips are covered up, so what I've done is I've gone and I've overlapped them again so that they go over the top of the photo and give that staggered effect. So it's a little bit different, but it's still the same concept that Jody had in her layout. And as you can see, it looks quite natural when it all has come together. Now I'm using these thicker stickers, which I don't often use because I forget that I have them really. But then I found this packet that was all about parties and celebrating, and it was perfect for this one. It was my youngest son's friend's birthday, and they'd all gone out for the night, and so it's another connection in that I had actually taught my son's friend when they were at school, and I also taught the sister So they apparently had spent the night talking about times with me as their teacher. So my son looked really impressed, as you can imagine. That's what happens when your children go to the same school that you teach at, but it was a convenience factor for us and it worked out, and so I do know their friends as the teacher. So I chose to use different stickers to create this title. It gives a little bit of eye candy, really, just to look around and have a look at something different. Draws the eye around the layout. And I called this Let's Party. It is meant to be fun. Because my youngest son's face just makes me laugh every time I look at it, because he really was not having a great time when it comes to photos. He just doesn't like being in them. He is a funny boy. So I've put these stickers down. I haven't used a ruler or anything. I've just eyeballed them. So you can use a ruler to make them nice and straight, but generally I just eyeball. Now these ones, doesn't matter what thicker you have, eventually the stickiness goes off them, so I just add a little bit of glue to make sure that they stay in place, and then I know that they're not going to fall off into the layouts later on. Now Jody has got arrows in hers, and I've also incorporated some arrows. I put a little journaling card which I'm tucked in behind this one that says "This Life" at the top, and it tells the story of Owen being unimpressed with having to take photos because I asked for the photos. He's a funny boy. Anyway, his older brother loves tormenting him a little bit further, so he took great pleasure in taking those photos and sending them to me. So placing the arrows around, I'm just building up the layers and the interest. I've got the little tag there that says #happy. It makes me laugh just thinking about his face. I'm putting cameras around because they're about the snap of the camera. They're just saying happy days, and I've got little phrases that just relate to the event. Bit of tongue-in-cheek there on my part. So as you can see, I'm building the clusters randomly around the page, so they're like a spray, but where they are the clusters, there are elements in packs of 3. I'm adding in my Nuvo drops as my usual, and they are in clusters of 3, and I have put them into a triangle spot around the layout so that the eye is drawn around the 3 photos, the 3 clusters, and the 3 lots of Nuvo drops. So this was a very fun layout. It was bright and it was colourful. I took inspiration, as you can see, from Jody's layout. The clusters there come together nicely. The paper is overlapping the photos, but the strips are a great touch, and I really do like how that's turned out. I am happy with that final product, but I just think I need to add a little bit more, because, you know, that's my saying, add a little bit more when you're unsure. And so I've gone and I've got these Teresa Collins phrases, and I've just stuck them onto the photos. They're a little tongue-in-cheek about having a good time, but smiling, being happy, just for Owen, my youngest. That photo, his face just says it all. Yep, Jody does a lot of great work. So if you don't follow her on Instagram, make sure you check out her links below. Make sure you check out the playlist below, because all the people that are playing along, and there are some really great interpretations of everybody's layouts. So May I Scrap Lift You is a wonderful idea. It gives you permission from all the players to scrap lift something from their collections, and it's a great bouncing springboard for you and your creativity. Well, I've just about finished putting this all together now, and I'm actually quite happy, although I did smudge that Nuvo dot up there, but I'll quickly fix that up by wiping it off and adding a new one. And this is my final layout, as you can see. slightly larger photos than what Jody has used on hers, which is nice and bright and fresh with the white, and I've gone with a bright and colourful layout, which is normal for me. I avoid the whites, but I do like how this turned out. I hope something inspired you. Don't forget to check out the playlist down below. If you liked anything, please let everybody know. By letting YouTube know you like our videos keeps us coming up to the forefront and being current. I'm Kathy from Kathy Loves to Scrap, and I'm scrapping down under. Don't forget, if you like it, give me a like. If you haven't already done so, please subscribe, and if you leave me a comment, I'll get back to you, because I really do appreciate the time that you've taken out of your busy lives to watch today. I'm Kathy. Follow me on Instagram where you can see all my layouts, even those that have no videos. Thanks for watching, and happy scrapping until next time.